Welcome to the JISC Wikimedia UK British Library World War I event.
So what we want to do is to make sure that the information that they're getting is accurate, it's consistent, it's wide-ranging and it's up to date, which is why we need your help.
A constant challenge in engaging the interest of members of the public with the war without actually celebrating the war.
Academic appraisal and reappraisal of World War I, about the themes, the events and the perceptions around it.
So the idea of getting a load of volunteers who write articles in their spare time in a room with lecturers and professors is a very new one.
Is to broaden out that vision of World War I. Obviously this was a global conflict and we want to bring out some of those points technologically. So this is one of the reasons that we wanted to hold this event today.
Hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of people will be looking up facts from their family histories, their school projects or articles they're writing.
This event is a really great example of that. Using your expertise that will hopefully influence the research or the interest that the public are taking.
The whole idea of academics or experts working with the volunteers from Wikipedia is a really good one.
Consider, at least, the challenges of informing the public about a historical event that still retains remarkable emotional resonance.
It's not just a commemoration for those people already engaged in some of these discussions, but to widen it and to make sure that those points are really amplified as widely as possible. Have a wonderful day. This is an interesting event. It's the first we've ever held, so just enjoy it.
Academics in the field, experts in the field and Wikipedians. I love events that bring together technology and academic expertise, and from working in the area of open education and research, trying to create learning materials from the First World War, I'm very aware that there are a lot of gaps in certain fields, and it's great to be able to bring the academics and the technologists together to fill in those gaps.
Son of Arthur Conway Young, who was an officer who served with the Royal Irish Fusiliers when he was killed during the Third Battle of Ypres. Now, I'm not sure if you can see what that says there. There's a close-up. It says, "Sacrifice to the fallacy that war can end war."
We're getting some very helpful contributions to broaden Wikipedia's coverage of some of these issues. For instance, I've just been helping create a Wikipedia article on shell shock, which didn't exist before this afternoon.
Wikipedia. Academics in particular, and academics who say they don't use it are probably the ones who use it the most. So I think it's become increasingly respectable. The integrity of Wikipedia is improving all the time. So coming here today has made me realise that even more than I did already. And also it's opened my eyes up to future potential for it, especially just for my own organisation, talking to Andy and seeing the ways that people who use Wikipedia also end up using a whole lot of other resources online, which they get to through Wikipedia articles, which in the future will include our website. So I think that's been very useful for me personally. Historians, but I think Wikipedians as well, who communicate with the public in what could hardly be a more public forum.
Is more general than that. I'm interested in improving the quality of Wikipedia articles across the board. I'm particularly interested in looking at how Wikipedia and Wikipedia editors can collaborate with people like the War Graves Commission and other bodies that hold archives of interesting information, hold photographs, or have expert knowledge. We often deal with curators who are world specialists in their subjects, and it's great to be able to pick their brains and find out how we can best reflect their knowledge in the articles that we write for a more general audience.
And I think this is really crucial. Although ignorance about the salient facts of the First World War tends to be quite common, people in Britain anyway, and I think this is probably true of France as well and some of the Commonwealth states, people still relate to the war in a very emotional way. So although members of the public may not know a great deal about the war, what they know or what they think they know is very often expressed in very strong terms, using quite emotional language.
For me, it's been really helpful to see how a Wikipedia article is written. It's been really, really helpful because I think I had no idea kind of what goes into it, really, or what sometimes doesn't go into it. And it's been helpful to meet the people who make the pages as well.
And particularly in meeting Edward, I hadn't understood quite how much historical information the War Graves Commission actually holds. I obviously know about the valuable work they do maintaining cemeteries and graves, but the background to all that, the knowledge of why certain cemeteries are historically significant in relation to specific battles or specific parts of the war, and indeed to some of the burials that they hold, is fascinating, and it's tapping into that in order to be able to write about it. Just been particularly useful today.
Bit of a cliche, but to me it's the beginning of a conversation that hopefully will continue. One of the things that people used to say about Wikipedia when it was first established is that yes, it's all well and good, and it's fine, and it's good as a first port of call, but it's not a source with integrity, so you can't really use it. I think that's changing all the time, and the fact that a group of academics is happy, and well-established academics is happy to attend an event like this, reflects well on Wikipedia. But the fact that Wikipedians are keen to engage with academics reflects well on both sides, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'd second that, and I certainly think the conversational aspect, that today isn't an end in itself, it's the beginning of a much longer process. And I think great things will come of it, because everybody who's come into this room has another network of people elsewhere that will benefit from it. Information will filter down, the contacts will filter out, and it'll start a whole new set of initiatives for collaboration. Very important indeed.